if you're down with some JC, some Christ consciousness. And this one is from my sister, Mary Magdalene, who I'm going to speak into today, because I truly believe there would not have been a Yeshua without a Mary. And so I'm very excited as we step in and begin to, or continue to marinate both the divine, feminine, divine, masculine, but more importantly, the divine Christ consciousness, which in simple terms for me means awakened and unconditional love and heart-based frequency and love and light and living and being. And I think that Yeshua got a little bit of a bad rap after he crossed over, as did Mary Magdalene. But really, my favorite part about Yeshua is that everyone wins when he's around. Everyone matters. Everyone is worthy and loved and lovable, no matter what they do or who they're not. And I just love that being so much. And I love that I get to have a connection with him. I was raised Catholic and then Christian. And then as I started to get older, things just didn't feel right. And so now I have a very different relationship with him, but I just love the idea that no one is left behind. And I'm just excited about where the world is going and headed. And as we all begin to love and have deeper levels of compassion and forgiveness for ourselves, we can then return that frequency out into the world. So I'm very excited to be with you today and to pray and to experience connection and love. And we're all is welcome. And I really truly believe that's what JC was all about. So yeah. So who wants to kick it off? Or Briana wants to kick it off. I'm in a very interesting frequency today, so I feel like there's a lot of energy moving today. So Briana's going to drop us in, and so take it away, sister. Thank you.
Thanks, love. It's so good to feel you. Welcome, everybody. It's so good to see your faces. If you're able to be on video, please join us on video. If not, that's totally okay too. But it's great to see those of you who are on video. It's just, hi, we're looking at your faces. It's really important for both Bear Heart and I to like connect with all of you. You're not numbers on a screen. Hi, Andrea. It's good for us to see.
Hello, my family.
Who's here. Hi, Bradley. We can see you. Hi, Amber. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Jenna Block. Hi, Dragon Ray. Hi, it's just good to feel you. Oh, Katya's here too. And just thank you.
Hi, Rebecca.
Thank you. This is about us dropping into prayer, and it's also about us feeling each other, right? Like we can't get physically close right now. We'll give each other a squeeze for those of you who can't get physically close to people right now. This is also about us being intimate with each other. And this day, this sacred day, for over 10,000 years, there's been artifacts and stories found about this specific day. This is a very specific day. The oldest deity on the planet that has been found in carved form.
All over the world.
And all over the world. She's 25,000 years old, is represented on this day, but the first writings that we have of this day is from 10,000 years ago, 8,000 BCE, 8,000 years before anyone named Yeshua or Jesus was ever heard of on our planet. This time of the year, it changes every year because it's based on where the moon is and where the stars are. So that's not Easter Sunday. The calendar for the indigenous people, specifically of the Celtic lineage, was based on the measurement of the stars, not number of days of the sun. It wasn't based on the sun. It was based on the stars and the moon. So it could have been today. It could have been 3 days ago or 3 days into the future too. About a 6-day span is actually when Ishtar was celebrated. And this is a time of celebrating the womb, the portal, the yoni, the flower from which we were all birthed. That one. That no matter what we are, it's the great equalizing force that we all came through a woman.
Yes.
The thing that unites us as humanity is that we all came through that portal in one way or another. And today, the Ishtar time is about remembering and celebrating not only that energy, but that physical body part, the yoni, the vagina, the pussy, as a sacred vessel of the divine, holy, infinite one. And today is so special because it also encompasses the mythos of the Judeo-Christian line. There's Passover around this time. Also a very important story for humanity. There's also the Jesus or Yeshua myth at this time, his death, his message, his death and his resurrection. Not just his death and not just his resurrection, but his message, his death and resurrection. So we have a lot to celebrate today. Yes. We have a lot to be in. There's not one that trumps the other. I do not tell the story of the goddess and the oldest artifact ever found of humanity representing this time in order to trump anything else. When there are so many stories, when there are so many mythos, when there are so many religions that point to a time of year and say, hey guys, pay attention to this time of year. The stars have aligned, Jesus said so, and Moses said so. So we should listen. This time of year is very vital. In the Northern Hemisphere specifically, in the Southern Hemisphere right now, we're having the exact opposite. So I just want to include that around the world, we're having two different transitions simultaneously on our planet. Right? So I'm speaking from the Northern Hemisphere. For the Southern Hemisphere right now, they're entering into autumnal equinox. It's the time before the death. So just to honor those who are in the Southern Hemisphere as well, right? This is all based on rhythms. This is based on location. This is based on cycles. This is old indigenous ways of all of our peoples. All of your ancestors somewhere was indigenous. And they followed the moons and they followed the stars and they followed the earth, the way it changed and moved. And so this time of the year in the Northern Hemisphere, this is the fecund fertility, the little sprouts, all the mushrooms, all the baby animals running everywhere. It's the celebration of life. The goddess has reborn. We made it through winter, which for thousands of years was definitely not a guarantee. We made it through winter. It's a great celebration day. We have been reborn. We have all been reborn. We made it through, and here we are. We've made each other on the other side, and today we come together. This is often a day of breaking the fast, of breaking Lent, of breaking bread. You get to break open, like the sprout breaks open the earth as she's about to greet the air for the first time. Like, today's your day. And you get to do that in your own little way during this very intense and beautiful time on our planet. We get to break forward like little sprouts and offer our little bit of flower, our little bit of yoni to the universe. Can we open our hearts like that female body part to receive the divine light to penetrate our own hearts? To get fucked open by the light of God just by witnessing every moment as a living being. That's true Tantra, is the relationship with self and the divine in this moment. That's what this day celebrates. The moments of being fucked open by the light of God just by the exuberance of what I can feel in my cells. Woo! It's holy sex. It's holy love. And you can be celibate your entire life to have this experience.
Hallelujah!
Yes! This is why people went into nunnery. If you read any of the ecstatic nuns, Saving Grace is an amazing book, the ecstatic nuns, where the sisters are talking about what it really means to be in divine relationship. They weren't lacking nothing, the ones who were truly tapped in. How can monks handle not having sex with the physical body? Because they know what life force actually is. They're in it. They are being fucked. They are allowing their lovemaking to be how they make bread, how they wash their dishes, how they plant a garden, how they raise children, how they give a sermon. Every moment we have the opportunity to love our life fully. God meets us with our energy. Goddess meets us with the energy that we give life. You want life to return an energy of love, of being completely opened. That's what we get to give. That's what we will receive in every moment, is an energetic feedback of our own personal frequency that we're putting out into the world. Shine your light, bloom your blossom. Make love to the moment. Make love. Make love, make love, make love in every way that we can. And it's hard to make love when our security is threatened. It's hard to make love when our asshole is so tight that we can't breathe, that anxiety takes over our spinal cord. It's really hard to make love to the moment if we're looping thoughts about where we should be and what we should be doing and how many things we've got to take care of. It's really hard to be in our full angelic presence of being completely open by the love of God if we're worried about the past or the future, right? That's what all of this is about. All of this is about two things. One, learning how to die well, because when death comes, it's the ceremony that takes us all. Number one, none of us get out of this alive. It's all going to be okay even if we don't survive this, because we don't. And then we'll get reborn again in some way. That's also what today is about. It's death and rebirth again and again and again and again. And number two, how much can I give the moment that which I want to receive? That which I want to receive. Let's close our eyes and go inside. Take a nice deep breath here. It's erotic Easter Sunday, my brothers and my sisters. So grateful, just breathing here, bringing all that energy inside, breathing it down into our bellies, down into your yoni, down into your genitals, into your pelvis, into your legs, allowing the light of God to be felt everywhere. There is no place that's taboo in my body. There's no place that's dirty. There's no place that's wrong. I am a divine vessel. I am a daughter. I am a son. I am a child of God, goddess I am. In every living cell, I declare God present. In every living cell, I declare Goddess present. In every living cell, I declare life present. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are so elated to be alive. We are so grateful for the opportunity to have this experience called life on this planet called Earth at this time, with everyone here today on the Zoom call, with everyone tuning in to the replay, with everyone who gets to share this, with anyone who's related to anyone who's connected here today. Bless.
Blessings.
Bless, 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 bless. We fill our bodies with light with our breath. Several breaths here, just allowing a golden white light to fill our bodies completely. And then we send this light to everyone here on this call, creating a portal of light, creating a net of light all across the planet. In this here moment, we are connected. Feel the intimacy of opening your heart, even in this digital space. Nothing can come between us, between this energy. So we just send it now, activating the intention for all 61 people who are on this call and everyone who's tuning in. Sending this light to each other, creating this grid. And then connecting all points so that it is a blanket of light completely surrounding an aura of beautiful white golden light from our hearts, connecting to each other around our entire planet. Shining with the love of the humans who are waking up their own hearts. Our intention now and always for these sacred Sundays is to activate this heart, the light that lives in you, that lives in us all. We open up this space with gratitude, calling in the directions and the elements, the north, the earth, our body, everything that you are to us, Mama Gaia, and everything that we are to you. One day we will become food again for this planet. Our earthly bodies may, if we are so lucky, return to you. Give you nourishment, give your children nourishment. To the east, to the mind, to the breath, to the ego. We're learning to dance with you. We're learning to give you space. And how to direct you with creativity instead of hierarchy. We open up our own possibilities of stepping out of self-loathing and stepping out of self-aggrandizement, the two binaries of the ego, and stepping into the true ego, which is center of self of I am. I am so special and I am so great, and so is everyone else. And just like me, everyone is perfectly unique. Celebrating my greatness by celebrating the greatness of every soul on this planet. I am so great because you are so great. And I know your greatness, therefore I know my greatness. True ego, I am. Thank you, ego. We're finding our right relationship with you through humility and strength. To the south, to the fire, to our passionate purpose, to our intimate relations, to the reason for getting up out of bed, that heat within our body, our choices, our decisions. Help us to feed this fire every day. And fire can be a forest fire, or it can be a beautiful fire that we sit next to, cook food on, warm our bodies in. May we be the fire that warms bodies. May we be the fire that cooks food. Thank you. To the west, to the waters, to the emotions, to the emotional body, to our energy and motion, to the water cycle that we are, oneness of the ocean, and then evaporated into the sky and released as individual raindrops, falling to the earth, finding ourselves back to the oneness once again. We open up this space to remember that we are water. We are the water cycle. And right now we're individuated raindrops, and we're finding ourselves to come back to the river once again. Welcome to our river. You just came into a river. Feel the oneness that's here through the river that we just stepped into. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To the ancestors of this land, the ancestors of our DNA, we welcome you into this space. We honor you. We are listening. To the angelic realms, to the spirit teachers, to the guides, to the ascended ones who come in the love and light, who come for the highest good of all. We open up this space with gratitude for you to join us. All the metaphors, all the archetypes, all the myths. We do not say one is better than the other. Christ consciousness isn't better than Moses, isn't better than the goddess, isn't better than earth people, isn't better than... They all are arrows that point to the infinite one that can never be named. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. With a hand on our heart and hand on our low belly, we breathe you in, spirit, infinite one, that which cannot be named, that which is all of us, the infinite fractals of light that we've all seen, what we are. Thank you for being with us now and always. Thank you for being us now and always, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Thank you for opening this space. Thank you for calling together these exact souls at this exact time to be together on this celebration day of fecundity, the wet smell of life. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. May this time together bless every single one of us in this space. May it bless our friends, our families, those who receive from us, those who support us. And may we radiate out this love all across our planet, touching the heart of every single being here and forevermore. May this blueprint ripple out across all timelines and across all planets. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Amen, aho, ashe, hosha. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Sister Briana. I'm so grateful and thankful for you, your transmission. Send a love beam from our hearts out to Briana, rubbing our hands together.
Thank you, thank you. Love you so much.
All right, yeah.
So today, such a special day, and
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So thank you all first for being here. Thank you once again, Briana. I always love your transmissions and your downloads. And my favorite word was fecundity. I'm gonna flag that. That's a real nice one. So what I thought would be fun today is doing some more, toning together and breathing, of course. And so I actually put together a little slide because I'm kind of a nerd. And one of my favorite books, if there's a book that I recommend in understanding some of like the true meaning of the Jesus Christ's words and his prayers from Aramaic. It's this book called Prayers of the Cosmos, and it's so simple. So what I'm going to do is I want to share my screen in a moment, and we're going to do some toning, and I'm going to share with you some of the Aramaic roots and the sound vibrations, because all of the ancient languages were tonal, right? So the transmission came from the tone, and when we hit these certain tones, it vibrates our glands, it vibrates our chakras, it vibrates and accesses these inner spaces, right? So so we're going to do that. It's going to be fun, and I'm going to share my screen, and if you guys are not familiar with toning or chanting, simply do your best, and it's going to be great, And especially if you're a little scared of toning or singing, this is going to be great medicine for you, because it's going to open up the throat chakra, and open up our creative expression. And we know that sexuality, that creative life force, is a part of us, right? And like Briana was talking about, like there's no shame in our sexuality. And how do we connect to that deep part of our desire that's within us? That's also that desire for God, that desire for union, right? And so with that being said, I'm going to share my screen, and let's see how this rolls here. Perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Double click that. Let's make this a little bigger. Can make that a little bigger. There we go. Maybe we can make that. Can you guys read that? Maybe I can open it up a little bit.
She says yes. There you go.
There we go.
That looks great, brother.
Okay, perfect. So this is a very small little book. It's just my favorite. And as we go into this practice, really connect to that inward place, okay, that inner temple. And so I'm going to teach y'all the first 4 lines of this prayer. And the first line, the Aramaic is Abun di Bois Shemaya. And it's, from the King James Version, it's Our Father art in heaven. They took out the feminine in a lot of these words, but the original Aramaic, there was so much beauty and magic and honoring of the goddess and of Mother Earth specifically. And so this first part, you can see it underneath Our Father, Mother of the Cosmos. So that's kind of like my new prayer. It's like our Father, Mother of the Cosmos, not Our Father art in heaven. It's like Our Father, Mother of the Cosmos, that unity that we're born from. And then it breaks down underneath this, that first word, Abun, like comes from Abba, like Father, but it also is the absolute, Allah, the oneness. Then the BW, so it's it's like a birthing, right? The flow of blessings from the inside, from the interior. And the we're just gonna play with it. That's the breath or spirit. And then when we close with the you can start to feel your head vibrate, right? So it's that vibration into form, right? So we go from the absolute, the birthing, the breath, and then it's like it's kind of spins in on itself a little bit. Okay, so we're just gonna play with that here a few times, and then we'll keep diving deeper. Okay, so let's sit up nice and tall. Feel our feet connected to Mama Gaia. Feel our shoulders relax down and our crown open to the sky and all the stars. And it's real simple. So it's and if you like, you can put your hands on your body to feel the tone, the vibration. So the will feel like in the heart. When you do the you start to feel it go into like the genitals, and that sound really starts to get the lower dantian. Okay, so here we go. Breathing in. Breathing in, Great Spirit. Breathing in. Let's do it 2 more times. breathing in that union within. Then rest for a moment and feel. And feel your central channel, your tailbone deep in the earth, your heart open, your crown extended into the sky. Feel that central pillar that you are on the planet to hold this space of unconditional love. Now we're going to add one little element. We're going to do it again, okay? This time, right, like the spiritual technologies are all about using the breath and using our body as a vehicle, right, to open up spaces, to access these like ecstatic perception or these states of consciousness. So we're going to do this again, and this time, feel free. You can go high, you can go low. I want you to explore the sound for yourself, okay? But what I want you to pay attention to, especially when we go boom, boom, like let your perineum lift up a little bit, okay? And kind of like press out your belly. You know when we do the tumo, we drop the chi in our belly, and we press out the belly, and we lift the perineum up a little bit. So we do the boom. You'll feel that like vibration deep down in your belly, okay? And it's a fun game, okay? So here we go.
Tighten your butt.
Here we go. and then once you inhale, then relax your butt. Relax, let everything soften again. You know, and then when you do the boom, you can lift it up.
Erotic Easter.
Erotic Easter, baby. Here we go. All right. So let's breathe in, feel that connection to our heart. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. And sit in stillness for a moment. Feel our bodies. Feel any shift in temperature or texture. Notice any subtle sensations that are going on for you. And let's come into that inner temple. Feeling a deeper layer of trust dropping into our bones. Knowing that we are always provided for, we're always taken care of. And now let's use our breath and breathe into that prayer. So let's do 7. In the scriptures, I'm not a big scripture guy, but I know that he talks about the many mansions, right? And he talks about specifically 7. And there's another amazing book for those of you who want to dive deep down the Yeshua. It's called The Yoga of Jesus, written by Paramahansa Yogananda. Beautiful, just profound. And he talks about Ishtar, and really when I read that maybe 7, 8 years ago, it really dropped in. I found a deeper connection with Jesus Christ that I never had with the church. I just couldn't connect with this being when I was going to church, you know, raised Catholic. It just didn't land. So I had to find other means, you know, of understanding and connection. So, so with that being said, we're gonna do 7 breaths. And each one, when we do that first breath, feel the root. The second breath, feel the navel. Third breath, feel the solar plexus all the way up. Feel the heart, throat, third eye, crown. And we're just gonna light ourselves up with this unity inside. Okay. So 7 breaths, Tumo style. Activate that inner fire, that ecstatic, blissful, you know, state of consciousness that's available to us all always. So here we go. 7 breaths. And it's for unification with your heart, the divine inside your own heart. On 3, we'll let go of everything. Death and rebirth. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Breathe in the root. And out. The navel. Solar plexus. Heart activation. Opening the throat. Opening the mind. Last one, for your crown, connect to the sky. Hold it for a moment. Then drop it down into your belly. Drop it into the earth. And as you exhale slow as you can, feel that unity inside. Every cell, every gland, every chakra align with the energy of God. The energy of Allah, the oneness. Feel the nourishment of Mother Earth holding us all right now. Abun de Bwashamaya, our Father and Mother of the cosmos, filled with divine light and sound vibration. The Bwashamaya is that divine light, that sound, that vibration that permeates all existence. Abun de Bwashamaya. Abun de Bwashamaya. Abun de Bwashamaya. What a blessing it is to drop in together and be still. And relax into ourselves. And the next line is going into thy inner temple. So I'm going to go to this one. So Nit Kadash Shamak. Nit Kadash Shamak. Hollow thy inner temple, basically. So it's like go into the inner closet, you know, go inside. Don't be concerned so much about what's going outside in there. Come back inside. Te Malkutak is thy kingdom come. And Malkuta, the Aramaic, is connected to the divine mother. So in the ancient Middle East, Malkuta is like the divine mother, that earthy quality, that earthiness. And the last line is, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So bringing in that quality of light here on earth where we stand, through our gardening, through our lovemaking, through our singing, through our breaking of bread, right? And so I know this is kind of a bit much, you know, so as far as like trying to read and, you know, so but this is something that's very dear to my heart. So if you resonate with it, you know, amazing. And if it's not your thing, then, you know, I love you and I honor you too, you know. So this first 4 lines, okay, I'm gonna sing it real quick, and then we're gonna start to get into a little groove with it, and we'll just go from there. So each line, Abundi Bashma, is gonna be sung twice, okay? Nit Kadash Shamak Tete Malkutak, and then the last, these 3, you can see my cursor, are twice, and the last one is twice, and you'll get it. We'll have fun, okay? So breathe in. We start. Abundi Washmaya Nit Kadashma Tete Malkuta. Again. Abundi Washmaya Nit Kadashma Tete Malkuta. Then the last line. Newe Tsevyen Nachaykna Dib Washmaya Afahar Newe Tsevyen Nachaykna Dib Washmaya Afar. Then we go from the top. Abundi Washmaya Nit Kadashmak Tete Malkuta. Abundi Washmaya Nit Kadashmak Tete Malkuta. Newe Tsevyen Nachaykna Dib Washmaya Afahar Newe Tsevyen Nachaykna Dib Washmaya Afar. Do one more round. Breathing in that unity. Abundi Washmaya Nit Kadashmak Tete Malkuta. Abundi Washmaya Nit Kadashmak Tete Malkuta. Newe Tsevyen Nachaykna Dib Washmaya Afahar Newe Tsevyen Nachaykna Dib Washmaya Afar. And we'll be still for about 5 to 10 breaths here. Naturally feeling your body come into divine resonance, deep relaxation, safety, deep trust inside. Let's take 3 more breaths together, breathing deep down into your lower belly, down into your feet, blessing Mother Earth, honoring Mother Earth. Then when you take that slow exhale, feel every cell being filled with the divine. Packing that divine chi into your body, to your bones. Seeing that inner light shine brighter and brighter, stronger and stronger. But we know that our physical body temple comes and goes, right? When this life is over, we will take off this earth suit and we return to the divine, allowing our eternal soul to continue to expand, to experience. And we will be rebirthed in a new body, in a new form. And what feels important today is to tune into forgiveness, right? Like if there's one master key of healing, it's forgiveness.
Mm-hmm.
So in this moment, if you have any resentments that may be heavy on your heart, any grudges, anything you're holding against anyone in your life or yourself, right? Sometimes we're so mean to ourselves. And to open that pathway of forgiveness. And even though you may not be fully ready, all that's needed is willingness. I'm willing, God. I'm willing to show up. I'm willing to do the work. I'm willing to forgive. And I know that forgiveness takes time. And I activate that forgiveness now in this very moment. And may we remember the wisdom that's gained from these events, these blessings in disguise, turning these tragedies into triumphs.
Mm-hmm.
And so in this moment, if you want, you can just begin to tap the heart. Take a few deep breaths, clear some space in the heart, the lungs. You can tap the belly, just allow your intuition knows where to touch your body, We hold in our body, right? We hold old energy and resentments in our body. And so whatever that first person or that first situation where you're like, wow, man, there's some stuff there and I'm just ready to be free of it. I'm ready to open that pathway to forgiveness right now. And I don't know how it's going to look, but it's okay. And all we're going to do is breathe into that, okay? So here we go, letting go. I'm going to do a round. So this is 9 for the number of completions, for really letting that go, closing that chapter and leaving only wisdom and understanding, okay? Only, so number 9, the completion of this. Full forgiveness from our hearts. 9 breaths, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Breathe in. And calling in grace, support, the courage to forgive, the courage to step into freedom. Seven, calling in our guides to support us. Slow it down. When you're ready, breathing in, holding that unconditional love and forgiveness in your heart. Drop it down into your belly. And as you exhale, feel that inner fire melting the old, clearing out resentment, clearing out frustration, and opening to deeper compassion for yourself, for all of life. And begin to see and feel any old energy rising off your back like steam, melting, purifying, being renewed in this very moment. Remembering that our soul has chosen to be here during these times of great change. And one of our greatest powers is forgiveness. May we forgive those, for they know not what they do. May we forgive those who are in suffering and darkness and ignorance and lack and limitation, for they know not what they do. And as this portal of forgiveness begins to open, let's drop in deeper. And I want you to really access forgiveness for yourself in this moment. Anything from the past you feel like, man, I fucked that up. I made the wrong choice. No, it's okay, You did what you knew was best in the moment, and just open to that forgiveness of yourself. Really give yourself permission to be free. Be free from the judgments of your ego. And realize that we get to mother and father our inner child. And just like if a child makes a mistake, right? We tell them, hey, it's going to be all right. I love you anyway. I love you. I love you. I love you. And so in this moment, connecting to your higher self and speaking to that inner child, I love you. I honor you. I forgive you. Thank you. Then as the tears roll down my face, I know these are tears of energy, love, forgiveness, sadness, everything, right? Everything. So let yourself feel everything. And know that you're safe. You are loved. And let's breathe in now 10, the number 10 for new beginnings. And as we forgive ourselves, we give ourselves the opportunity to become free, be reborn in this very moment, seeing life with new eyes, feeling our relationship in new ways. So here we go for new beginnings, forgiveness for ourselves, fully and completely. 1, 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Breathing in. And out. In. Cleansing the heart from the inside. I love you. I forgive you. I honor you. Let's do 3 more. Calling in that grace and support. And when you're ready, take that last one. Hold that unconditional love and forgiveness. When you're ready, drop it down into round belly. Open your lips, breathing out as slow as you can, a thread of golden light. And begin to see your wings behind your back becoming more free. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes of the past. I am free. I am free. I am love. I am one with the Creator. I am one with all of life.
I am one with all of life.
I am free.
I am free.
I am free.
I am free.
Yes. We connect to our breath here, breathing in deep, slow, smooth. Feel that nourishment of the breath, the spirit. And then set an intention or a prayer for today, tuning into that inner child, that joyousness, that curiosity for life, that passion. Reconnect to that in this moment. And then make a commitment to yourself this week. Give yourself permission to do what brings you joy, what lights up your soul. Do it for the sake of doing it. See it, feel it, live into that new reality. We are co-creating a new earth right now in our hearts. As the world breaks down and all the old ways fall apart because they're not working, we get to rebuild from the inside. The map is inside of us. There's no external map. And we take back our power. We don't give our power away externally to the government or to any guru or to anyone outside of ourselves. We come inside come inside. Everything we need is right here. I'm so grateful for each one of you. Thank you for taking time to breathe with me and pray with me and cry with me if y'all are crying. And laugh, bring that joy. And then massage your body, wiggle your body. Take a minute here to just feel that newness, right? Woo! Feel free if you can. You can stand up, shake it out. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Woo.
That was really. Oh, I'm yawning.
Oh, take a minute.
Ooh, great spirit. Ooh, great spirit. Ah, yes. Thank you, David. Let's chi up. Brother David, everyone rub their hands together with so much love, joy, and blessing and gratitude. Let's just blast him. Thank you so much. I love you, brother.
Yay.
All right, we're going to toss it back to that side of the mountain. Get ready. Got him. I got a spiral on my football arm.
All that love. Hey, brother, thank you so much for that. I'm over here crying with you. The tears are dropping, and it feels so good just to be able to feel. To feel our breath, to feel the vibration, to feel what you're sharing. Thank you, Briana, as well, for the transmission coming in, the channel that comes through. I feel so honored. I feel so honored to be able to be here with everyone and to be able to be in these transmissions, to be able to be looking at God and Goddess itself right here, and to know that for me, I personally choose this, and I could easily choose not to. It feels really good to be with everyone. And in this time, on this day, there is a lot to celebrate. A lot to celebrate. Thank you for bringing in Ishtar. Thank you for bringing in the goddess. And thank you for bringing in Jesus, Cristo, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, one of the many names that this myth person had. Both very important and come from two sides of the spectrum, and I honor both. And I honor the simplicity. I was baptized Roman Catholic. I was an altar boy for a number of years, being primed for priesthood, and it didn't land for me either. But there was something that I really took from that. There was something that I took from the Christ consciousness as a child, and this is something that I really pondered on as I also stole the wafers and slipped a little bit of the wine because my brother and I were just little menaces. I'll be real. But I did take something from that period, and if y'all don't mind, I'd like to share it. At least in the simplicity of who I was, little Frankie, at that time. I was looking for an example of a strong masculine figure. The priests were not it by any means, at least not the ones that I was around, no matter what church I went to. And so the stories of Jesus Christ and how to be like Jesus Christ seemed so hard. They spoke about Christ consciousness like it was so hard to attain. You may be able to if you become a priest, or you may be able to if you become a nun, or if you devote your entire life, and who knows, maybe you don't even get accepted into the pearly gates after that. But at that time, I started to hear just a little bit different of a voice. And it came in 3 easy steps. And it still touches me to this day that it's so simple for me when I think about Christ consciousness. This also gave me an opportunity to have that much deeper of a relation with this figure. Not listening to what others spoke from a book. And for that sake, instead of reading his book, to write our own book. But number one, the simplicity of speak truth and confession. There's something powerful to a sincere confession. To admit when we have wronged somebody else, when we've wronged ourselves, when we have fallen out of integrity. Mm-hmm. To do that for self and to do that publicly as well if you have a tribe that can support you in it, not stone you. And with that comes the compassion. So thank you, David. Thank you very much for bringing that forward, of the compassion for self, compassion for past deeds. It is truly important. And along with that, I just couple it with let it out. Let out the things that we've done. Let out the things that may have hurt somebody else. Let that word be spoken. Because my family, we could sit and meditate for years and years and years up on top of a mountain, but if the things that we may have hurt others, if that is still the memory that we feel when we go to sleep, and something that we feel when we first wake up and sets the day, that makes it hard to choose joy. If we keep being so strong that we hold it all in. So speak truth, the voice tells me, and show compassion. 2, no longer hurt or poison self or any other self. Now repeat that. No longer hurt or poison self or any other self. And what came through and what continues to come through was, is if we do follow the first 2, so much light comes inside of us where other people are able to notice that all we need to do then is just contribute our light. So what I thought was so hard of Christ consciousness, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to love this way and live that way and not have marriage and not have children. For me, it's come so much more simple. And in doing so, we honor the mother. We honor the goddess. We honor the portals. And we not only honor them, we protect them. And not because they're weak, and not because they can't do it themselves, because you are that special. Because you deserve it. The portals deserve protection. They deserve respect. They deserve honor. And that is the new way. And so I thank you, Spirit, for allowing me to see this as a child while I'm sitting there and I'm holding a book that I'm being forced to recite and memorize, and a man that I know isn't living in integrity is standing right here in front of a congregation. I was looking for a role model. Thank you, Spirit, for coming in at that time. You were Yeshua. Except for I was getting your name wrong because everyone keeps switching your shit around. And if you are a memory of a possible man that was out there to be an example at a time, to love everyone, to show kindness to everyone, to accept not only the one that's doing well, but also the prostitute. Not only the one that's in health, but the one that's a leper. Thank you. Thank you for showing that it is possible. And if it is only a myth, thank you for putting in our imagination that if somebody can actually live to this, that could be something I could look up to. Because what I had growing up was the complete opposite, acting like it was something it was not. So thank you. And thank you for showing me how, with a divine portal of a mother and divine portals of grandmothers, strong women in my family, strong divine presence in my family, to know how to respect you the way that I do. To understand how to respect my queen, my sisters, my beloved, beloved children. And then, Big Mama, you are safe. And all we need to do is continue to contribute. So if we can be in truth, if we can commit to no longer hurting or poisoning self or other self, and then just contribute the light that naturally flows through from the purity that it does. Spirit, we can do this together. It doesn't take a lot. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. And to everyone else that's on here, again, I say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing this. You could choose anything else. And I ultimately just give you the biggest bear hug right here. We got this, family. We got this. It's not as hard as they've made it seem to be. Love.
Bless.
Love.
Thank you, Bearheart. Love you.
Yes. All right, let's cheer up Mr. B, H in the building. Beautiful. Blast him. Here we go.
I see Katya. What's up, Katya?
I cannot get the visual of Bearheart as an altar boy out of my head right now. Him just with his little outfit on, stealing all the chips. bread, little breads. All right, so I would love to share The Cosmic Heart, Cosmic Christ. This is one of my favorite books, Oracle cards. It's a Lightworker Oracle card guidebook. I love this so much because there's always a beautiful invocation at the end. So instead of me attempting to memorize, I'm just going to go ahead and read. You are elevating your vibration towards the frequency of limitless supply and unconditional love. Spiritually, you're reaching for a high level of attainment. Past pain and self-defeating behavior shall no longer have a place in your heart. I truly believe that this is truly the ascension that we're all experiencing right now. Christ consciousness is an expression of divine love that comes straight from the universal heart. It triggers a transmutation, an evolution so absolute that we are irrevocably changed. We increasingly become an embodied expression of pure divine will and an unwavering expression of divine love for all who are in need. This process takes lifetimes to complete. As you proceed, you will receive countless blessings to support your journey and fulfill your sole purpose of serving love. There will also be tests. These give the spirit a chance to develop mastery. There will be tests of forgiveness. It is easier to forgive when you don't harbor resentment at natural limitations, which is like being angry at the sun for not shining at night. Natural laws prevail. So whether we are speaking of the sun, a child, or ourselves as we grow, compassion allows forgiveness to flow more easily. There will also be tests of power. As you grow, you will become more powerful. You can use that power to help or hinder others, to manipulate them through fear, or encourage them with love. You can nurture yourself on your path, or you can relentlessly criticize yourself for your errors. You can claim your power comes from some superiority you possess, or you can see yourself as a surrendered vehicle animated in purposeful action through the grace of the divine. You may feel you need to sacrifice yourself for others, but you are just as much in need of love as any other being on this planet. When you are full and overflowing, what you share with others can enhance you and them. It is not a choice between what nurtures you and what nurtures others, as if though those were competing needs. In the realm of the Christ, what nurtures you is actually nurturing for all. When you are feeling diminished or drained, you have been pulled out of the higher frequencies of peace and kindness to yourself, become trapped in unforgiveness or power games, or you are seduced by the lesser truths of another rather than the truth of your own heart. Christ calls to you now to receive his love for you and to allow your own heart to feel the grace of and healing of this. It can be a challenge to learn to love another in a way that does not harm you. Perhaps you learned that love was about making yourself less in order to help another feel like more. That is not love, nor is it consciously chosen sacrifice. It is a heart acting out of scars from the past. Your heart deserves to experience real love. As you gently claim for this for yourself, you will find much strength within, much respect for yourself, and a willingness to receive much good in your life. It is time for you to embrace the higher expression of Christ's love within you. You have as much right to experience love, respect, and forgiveness as another. Sharing love in any way brings you closer to your spiritual mission this lifetime. It also attracts prosperity and abundance. So let the love in. You do not have to suffer to grow now. You just need to let love flow. So you can repeat this invocation out loud if it feels good. I call on the unconditional love of the Christ in form of Christ consciousness, the sacred, peaceful, kind, and generous nature of my own heart. I am open to receive an abundance of loving kindness from the universe in unlimited forms of blessing. I allow myself to give and receive freely. All that I want and need comes to me in accordance with the loving intelligence of divine timing. I feel much gratitude in my heart for the loving blessings and grace of the universe. May the light and love of the true Christ bless the hearts of all living beings, bringing peace, joy, and divine love through my own free will. So be it.
So be it. So it is.
So that is the cosmic heart, the cosmic Christ. And as I shared earlier, there would be no Jesus without Mary Magdalene. And I feel that so many people don't know who Mary Magdalene was. And I myself, who was raised Catholic, was never taught about Mary Magdalene. The only thing I heard about Mary Magdalene was that she found Jesus. And I also heard she was a prostitute. And I that really never made sense to me. And so as I've dove into, the teachings of Mary Magdalene, I think it's really awesome that Briana brought up about the womb and about the yoni and about the pussy and about the portal for the worlds. And Mary Magdalene, one of her symbols is the egg, the red egg. And I would just love to read a little bit about Mary Magdalene for you. And she shares that I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. Mary Magdalene embodies the capacity we all have to merge with the soul and receive divine guidance through a love that never ends. Mary was born in the 1st century of Magdala, Israel. She was the first to witness the resurrection, and for this reason is revered in Christianity as the apostle to the apostles. In the meaning, Mary Magdalene and the Episcopal priest relates the Gospels of Thomas Philip and Mary Magdalene all reveal Mary not only as Jesus' beloved companion, but also as equal partner in teaching and transmission. She believes that Mary Magdalene's Gospel contains a secret teaching that Christ gave to Mary so that she could pass through the 7 stages to reach the soul, which is the highest point, and in this union with her soul that allows Mary to see the risen Christ. In classic iconography, Mary Magdalene is associated with an egg in the color red because of the Easter Orthodox legend. It says that she used an egg to teach the court of Caesar about resurrection. Caesar doubted her and responded that a person could no more rise from the dead than an egg in her hand could turn red. And in that moment, the egg turned red immediately. Legend relates that Mary then traveled to the south of France to escape persecution and to continue her ministry. It is believed she lived 30 years of her life in the caves. There she met with Christ with a love that inhabits the human heart, but that lives on beyond it. Mary Magdalene represents the fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to within our own vulnerable hearts. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from the animals to the angels, from the poorest to the most powerful. It is a love that sees the inherent worth of all beings. And it's a love that remains even through the darkest times, even through death. Her love is one that resurrects. The Gospel of Mary relates to Jesus, that Jesus came to unite us, to demonstrate to us a true human being, a person who is both fully human and fully divine. That is what Mary became, and it's why she was so beloved to Jesus. She didn't seek to follow him. She sought instead to become her truest self. Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. We are worthy of such proximity to the divine because that's the other half of what it means to be truly human. Mary reminds us that there's a bridge between heaven and earth and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we can ever enter is the one in our heart. This is where our true power rests and where love never ends. Mary asks us to ask ourselves, Where has my love not yet reached? And her intention is, I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. So my invitation to all of us is to ask ourselves that question. As David has shared and Bear has shared, where in our life has our love not reached? Who and what are we withholding love from? Are we being conditionally loving? And how can we step into deeper levels of unconditional love for all beings, especially those who've wronged us, and deeper, deeper levels of unconditional love for ourselves? Because I truly mean that is the epitome of embodying Christ consciousness. So thank you for listening and letting Mary come in and hang with us.
Thank you.
Love her so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amber. Thank you, David, for being a part of Sacred Sundays with us. The Earth Temple and Amber and David here united to be with all of you. Thank you all for being with us.
Can we see them close again?
Yeah, you can come up close.
If everybody wouldn't mind just coming up close to the camera again, just so we can see a little bit closer, so we could feel each other a little bit more if we are going to take this time. And we hope that in the time where we can come back together in the physical, and right, the church is building and the points of light are spreading out to where we can really embrace each other. Oh, such beauty.
So much. Thank you all. Blessings, blessings, love, love, love. See you next week. Same time, same place. If you miss it, both Amber and I posted on YouTube with all of our information to get to all of our websites. So if you want any more of us, you have ways to do that. If not, Sacred Sundays is always free, open. Invite your friends, invite your mom, invite the kids. Well, maybe not for this one, but in the future, we'll be careful on the F-bombs, and you can invite the kids. And I love you all. Happy Easter, happy Ishtar, happy Ostar. Blessings, blessings, blessings to all beings across all planets for all traditions. Bless, 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 bless.
Love you all.
Love, love.
Love, 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 love.
Now it's a dance party.
Love, love,
everybody
love.
go have a dance party.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do.
Dance party time.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun.